Coming up next on Cordisco's Corner. What he's doing is he's diluting citizenship. Having citizenship in the United States is one of the most premier platinum citizenships you can get in the world. Hi, folks. Welcome to Cordisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. Not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi, folks. Welcome back. This is a video I found on GOP War Room channel on YouTube. It's Jake Tapper from CNN. Don't freak out and stop the video now. He's interviewing the new mayor of New York, Mayor Adams, former cop, borough president, I think Brooklyn. And even Jake Tapper is questioning his judgment. There was a bill before New York City Council. Now, I live in upstate New York. I live in New York, so this affects me directly and indirectly. There was a bill before the New York City Council that gave permission for non-citizens of the city of New York to vote in local elections. Supposedly, local elections, we'll see. And that represents almost 800,000 people. Now, this is a gentleman that ran as a moderate, as a pro-police, anti-de Blasio Democrat, and he won the primary, which is the general election in New York. He had a general election against I forget his name, the guy that started the Guardian Angels. So, but anyway, a Republican would never win. Giuliani will be the last Republican mayor in New York City, probably for the next century, half century, who knows. Anyway, he said was problematic when he was running for mayor. So it's interesting. And all of a sudden now, he's barely over a week in office. He was sworn in on January 1st, and it's barely over a week, and he's caved already. I knew as soon as he won the primary in New York City as a Democrat, he went to the White House, kissed Joe Biden's ass, or whoever's really in charge of the White House, and came out and had a little press conference in front of the White House and talk like a progressive. See, here's the thing. I was on city council in upstate New York. Of course, not New York City. It's nowhere near as big. There's only 45,000 people in the city that I live in. So it's a much smaller thing, but I know how it works. And this guy, I mean, I was a moderate Democrat then. I was a John Kennedy Democrat. I left the Democrat Party years ago. I'm now a Republican. And he talked the talk. Okay, there was some moderates left in the country, in the biggest city in the country, and maybe there's some hope. Absolute, total, unadulterated bull. Here we go. You can't trust Democrats, period. Now, before I get too crazy here, let's listen to this, because it's fascinating to listen to. Even Jake Tapper, of all people on CNN, is calling this guy out.
Last night that you're going to support a law passed last month in New York City, which will allow roughly 800,000 legal non-citizens to vote in local elections, provided that they've lived in New York for at least 30 days. You previously called the bill problematic and expressed concern about giving a right to vote to non-citizens who have only been here for a short amount of time. I think there are a lot of Americans watching right now who might share your concerns and also have more broadly questions about the idea of people who have not taken a citizenship test, prepared for that test by learning about the U.S., who haven't sworn an oath to the country, getting to vote. Why did you change your mind, and why is it acceptable for non-citizens to vote in an American election?
No, it's a damn good question. Swore no allegiance to the United States. They're not citizens. Well, John, they're only going to vote in local elections. Oh, really? Do you really think so? Do you really think for a minute that New York City, of all places, is going to have a little separate thing in every single polling place that says, here's the people that or non-citizens can vote here, only in local elections? Do you think for a minute that all those 800,000 All of them are going to vote in local elections only. If you believe that, I got some stuff to sell you. I got some land. Uh, I'll borrow some money off you because obviously you're a fool. This guy caved already. He just won. It's astounding to me. I had some trust for moderate Democrats. I don't anymore. But listen to this guy. You know, I had respect for this guy, a former cop, borough president that talked the talk. It's so disappointing because moderate Democrats, one at a time, are either leaving elected office or not running. And when they win like this gentleman, they cave in less than a week and a half.
No, I did not change my mind. I supported the concept of the bill. The one aspect.
I supported the concept of the bill. Here comes the double-speak, political, slippery, slimy slope.
That I had a problem with and I thought was problematic was the 30-day part of being in the country for 30 days was the place that I had questions.
He had questions on 30 days. That's it. He played both sides of the street. I can't even tell you how disappointed I am. Why does that affect me? Well, let's think about this for a minute. They're going to be voting for Congress members. They're going to. I mean, let's tell the truth here. State Assembly, which affects me directly. Well, you're going to say, John, in New York City, they're all going to vote for Democrats anyway, so what difference does it make? It makes a world of difference. A huge difference. I think, frankly, because of the horrendous situation with former Governor Cuomo resigning in disgrace, not because he killed 15,000 people in nursing homes, because he grabbed somebody's several times and acted like a fool and a jerk and a creep. That's why he's out. Not because he killed a bunch of people. And the governor's race is coming up. And the current governor is no better. She might even be worse. It's just amazing to me how this progressivism this cancer has seeped in every nook and cranny of the Democrat Party. Let's listen on.
Sat down with my colleagues. I'm a big believer in conversation. We have to start talking to each other and not at each other. And after hearing their rationale and their theories behind it.
Now, their rationale and theories behind it. You didn't hear the rationale and theories behind it when it got passed by the city council? He didn't talk to any of the city council members or anybody on their staffs? I doubt it. That's a lie. It's a lie. He knew exactly what was wrong with the bill, and he just played it right down the middle. It's disgusting. He heard what their reasons was for it, and it changed his mind because he's an open-minded guy, and we need to work together, hold hands, and just sing around the campfire. These people suck.
I thought it was more important to not veto the bill or get in the way at all and allow the bill to move forward. In New York City, just Brooklyn, for example, 47% of Brooklynites speak a language other than English at home.
What difference does that make? My father's mother spoke Italian. She was a legal alien. She never voted, and she lived to be 88 years old. Came here when she was fairly young, in her 20s. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So they speak a different language, so what? So if you're a citizen and don't speak English, you go to the polling place? There's I would assume most of it is Spanish. Not all, but the vast majority of non-English speaking people that are citizens. I wish they would learn the language, but that's a different issue. So what? When he's pandering. What he's doing is he's diluting citizenship. Having citizenship in the United States is one of the most premier, platinum citizenships you can get in the world. And I don't want to hear, well, I'd rather be a citizen in Canada or Europe. Well, then go do it then. Go do it then. There's people dying just to get here, let alone be citizens. It dilutes citizenship. It means nothing if all the rights of citizenship are given out to everyone.
I was the borough president. And so I think it's imperative that people who are in a local municipality have the right to decide who's going to govern them. And I support the overall concept of.
Just because you live there doesn't mean you have a right. You have to be a citizen. I was in Tennessee twice last year. Am I going to get to vote for the local mayor or their city council or their sheriff? Seriously? I could be there for 30 days easily. This is ridiculous.
That bill.
Doesn't the bill just make a mockery of the idea of American citizenship, though? I mean, this is just for local elections, but does that mean, like, next New York City is going to want non-citizens to vote in federal elections?
This is Jake Tapper asking this question from CNN. Think about that for a minute. It makes a mockery of citizenship. It dilutes citizenship. And when you make a mockery and dilute citizenship, that's one of the fastest ways for a republic like ours to fall to pieces. It's amazing. Even back in Roman times, if you were 1,000 miles away from Rome when you were a Roman citizen and something happened to you, all the world and the crap would have come down on you for going after a Roman citizen because citizenship meant something. Unbelievable. It's what binds the country together. He's talking about working together. What binds the country together is citizenship, knowledge of how our government works at the local, state, and federal level, and an oath to the Constitution and the country. That's what binds us together. This just dilutes it. It's disgusting.
I mean, and what do you say to all the people who went through the process, the difficult process of becoming an American citizen, studying for the test, swearing an oath of allegiance to the United States of America, who now see this legislation just saying, well, anyone who's here, you can go ahead and vote?
That's the thing. They had to go through tens of thousands of dollars, wait many years before he got citizenship. So what can non-citizens in New York do now that citizens, naturalized citizens, can do? They can do it all. They can get a job, they get a social security number, and they can vote. So they're foolish to spend all those tens of thousands of legal fees and federal fees to be a citizen of the United States. I know several friends of mine whose wives were non-citizens and what they had to go through and how much it cost them. It's a huge pain in the ass, and it should be, because this is a premier citizenship of the world. Now, non-citizens in New York City have all the same rights and privileges as naturalized citizens that went through the process. This is probably the only time ever I'll agree with Jake Tapper. It's a joke.
Well, I say to them, keep doing it. Membership has its privileges.
Membership has its privileges. Okay, what privileges do citizens have that non-citizens have right now in New York City? Nothing. The only difference is you can't deport them for committing a crime. Unbelievable. Just keep doing it. And then with a smile on his face, he thinks it's funny. They don't give a good damn about legal immigrants. They don't give a good damn that people that want to come here and raise their families and prosper, that believe in the American system. They don't believe in any of it. It's disgusting. Just keep on doing it. Just keep on playing the fool.
Being a member of what we call the United States of America is a great privilege, and I would tell them keep doing it.
It's a great privilege. Keep doing it. What privileges do you have that non-citizens in New York City have right now? It's the same for doing absolutely nothing. It's disgusting.
Be encouraged. This is a great opportunity to be a member of this great country. Don't let anything daunt you or take you away from that mission.
A mission? Why bother? Why bother? Why would you do it? Why would you spend tens of thousands of dollars on legal fees and wait years and years and years? Just keep doing it because you're a chump. You're a chump, and I'm pandering to the progressives trying to keep votes. He's been mayor less than 10 days. And this is what Democrats are really like now. I had some hopes for this guy that he was fairly moderate. Not anymore. Do not trust a single Democrat. I don't care where you live. Do not vote for a Democrat again for at least 10 years. I don't care if it's for city council. local dog catcher, sheriff, in New York's case, state assembly, state senate, Congress, president, governor, you name it. 10 years. So that way, this progressivism, this cancer that's infected every single Democrat will finally be swept away like the virus that we're containing now and trying to deal with. This progressivism is more dangerous of a virus than the virus that's plaguing the world in this country today. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.